morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, and I'm just about to make some breakfast. It's about 9? It's 9 o'clock. Wow, it's 9 o'clock, and no wonder I'm hungry. So I found these two things. I thought I would show you. I really like them. If you like cauliflower and you don't mind it, these are frozen. I found these in the frozen section. This is cauliflower medley, and it already looks like fried rice, and I thought I would just go with that on this and make some fried rice. And these are coming up as 1 SmartPoint for 1 cup, and these are coming up as 2 SmartPoints for 1 cup. And this is cauliflower and sweet potatoes, so I'm thinking it probably would have a little bit more to it because of the sweet potato, you know, and the carb in that, but it's a good carb. Sweet potatoes are a wonderful carb, and I actually thought about maybe having this for breakfast and trying to make it into like a breakfast cereal, but I'm not sure. Here's my breakfast. I am having 2 poached eggs, and I'm having that little pudding that I just made out of the cauliflower sweet potato rice mix, and I added 1/4 cup of the cooked quinoa and brown rice, just a teaspoon of raisins and cinnamon, and then like 1/3 cup of unsweetened almond milk, and all together this came out to be, I believe it's about 8 points, and I'll put the information up on the screen. But this really does taste pretty good. Off to the Y this morning, the YMCA, and they have childcare, but the 8-year-old is too old for that, so he has a card, so he'll have to go with me into the cardio area, and I'll put him on a treadmill on a slow walk, and he'll be able to take a walk, and I'll see if I can find something appropriate for him on the channel. And he can't go into the weight room with me, so I'm not going to do weights this morning, but I'll do them tonight I won't do them tonight because we got church tonight. Alright, when I come home at lunch, I'm going to have to lift a little bit.
So we got out of the Y, and I ran my intervals, which was amazing, and I went up to 7.5 today and held it for a little bit longer time than I normally hold my highest point. And my highest one about 2 weeks ago was 7.0, then I went up to 7.2, today I went up to 7.5, so I'm very glad about that. So I brought the kids out to the playground, by the way, and so they're playing, and I thought, you know what, I'm trying to sneak in more of a workout today, so I started using the playground equipment. Now I want to do this challenge that Jess from Weight Watchers Journey to Healthy, I'll put her channel on the in my description box. She's got a challenge this month to do stay hydrated, keep hydrated, count your points, and then also to sneak in a workout. And I already work out once a day, but I want to try to sneak in something else. I used to work out twice a day till like a week ago or 2 weeks ago when the kids got out of school, and then it's been increasingly hard, so it hasn't been real regular on that, so I need to sneak that second one back in, I think, and so that's what I'm trying to do here, is put in a little bit more. So I used some of this playground equipment down here, and I was using the flat area, the platform here, to do 2 sets of full 25 push-ups. 2 sets of those, and then I started using the step to just do jump ups and get my heart up running again. And so I'm gonna look around here and see what else I think. I can use the bars up on top here to do like what do you call this, where you hold on, not pull-ups, but you're kind of like doing it the other way down, where you're doing dips, and so I'll probably do some of those in a second. So just trying to make my use of whatever I have. And I've got an extra 5 pounds in my backpack, so I've been doing all of this with a backpack on my back to just kind of make it a little bit more difficult. So taking a walk or something like that, throwing an extra 10 pounds in the back can, kind of make it just a little more profitable.
Planks, because you could do those almost anywhere. It is about lunchtime, and I'm here with our eldest, Calvin.
Hi.
And he's driving us to
Tofu Hut.
Tofu Hut. It is a Korean barbecue place, and he says it's really good. So I've never been there. I'm going to try it at lunch, and I will try to count my points for lunch. And yeah, I will do my best. So I just so one day of a month, I said I wouldn't count my points. One day at one meal. That's usually what the buffet with Dad.
Yeah.
So, you know how that goes. All right, so we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so here we are at the tofu hut, and they give you about a cup of rice. They give you a little oil to cook in. You cook everything yourself. It gets really hot, and here's Calvin. And you get all these little accompaniments here. You get, now I didn't touch that soy, but then you have the like little omelet. You got kimchi. You got some other types of noodles and bean sprouts and some seaweed. And then you cook it all yourself, and you get a nice big salad. On the way to the library, I know we go to the library like a lot, right? It's like a very economical thing to do with the kids. But they also have, we have a fabulous library system, and they have different things all the time. And so there's a Lego club now for the older ones, so that's where we're going. But I was just listening to the fact that it is my fault we are not getting to bed on time, right? Is it my fault?
What?
It's my fault that you're not getting enough sleep. I was washing dishes at 10 o'clock last night.
You were washing dishes at 10 o'clock last night.
My fault. I thought you were working. I'll go to bed tonight. I promise.
Hope so.
Day. Okay, and I need to wrap this up because I told my hubby I'd go to bed on time instead of keeping him up late. So I'm going to take a shower in a minute and just wind down a bit. But I wanted to let you know I actually used all my points today, but I didn't go over into my weeklies. I thought I would, but with lunch I did use all but 6, and then on the way home Calvin said he wanted to stop at this place called Ronald's Donuts, and they have donuts, and he wanted to take some home. And oh my goodness, donuts is like my Achilles heel, and I'm just like, okay, donuts, sure. So I'm thinking, you get into those moments. I mean, I love spending time with my son. But he and I are foodies, and we have a long history of being foodies, and we really do enjoy our time out there. One of the things that we have always loved together is trying different foods from different countries and things like that, and so we have to be real careful when we get together. And so I thought, okay, donuts are good, so we stopped in, and he got some donuts to take home. And this place, no kidding, they make the best apple fritter in the entire universe, and apple fritter is like my donut. That is it. They should just name that thing after me. But anyway, so I did get an apple fritter, and I said, you know what, for me, honestly, it's very sugary. It was like super sugary for me. And I thought, you know what, I ate a third of the donut because I didn't want to like not have it, you know what I mean? And but I didn't want to eat the whole thing. It would have just been crazy. And so I ate a third of it, took down the points. That took the rest of my 6 points for a third, which left me at 0 for the day. And then when I got home, instead of eating the rest of it or picking at it, I actually did what I do sometimes to kind of safeguard me from touching things, and I wrapped it up real good, and I put that donut in the deepest, darkest, furthest place in the freezer in the garage. And I put it right next to the rest of the chocolate cake that has been sitting there since November that needs to get thrown out. So I've discovered that if I can put things out of the way in the freezer, I don't want to dig for it. And then by the time, time goes by and time goes by the time it gets super old, I don't want to eat it when it's really old, so I'll throw it away. And so it kind of like safeguards me. And yes, I know, it's like, why didn't you just throw it away to begin with? Because it's a process. Trust me, I have to do that. It's some sort of thing that I do to work through it, but it works. Okay, so So I'm thinking, okay, I really kind of had a little bit of an indulgent lunch, had a little bit more of the, now the ribeye that they had was thin cut, and so that was really good. I actually took high points on that just to make sure that I had that covered. And so I thought, my word for this week is balance, right? So one of the things that is going to bring me balance is realizing that when I do something that's going to cost a lot of points, or it's a little heavier, it's a little out of the realm than what I do, I need accountability. I need to be accountable and responsible for those points that I ingest. So if I'm not going to be responsible, then I'm going to get out of balance. So since that is in my body now, I need to be accountable for that, and I need to be responsible for those calories and what I'm going to do with them. So that's why I did that extra workout tonight. That's why, I skipped dinner tonight. I'm fine. I'm not hungry. It was more than enough this afternoon. So I didn't need it. I figured that I would have a 3-point smoothie if I needed it, but I don't. And I'm doing just fine. And I may have a 3-point smoothie in the morning just because I feel like if you look at the protein, my breakfast was only like 15 grams, but by the time I got to lunch, I had like 42 grams of protein. So, I'm good, and I'm sure I probably don't even need breakfast. So I'm going to see how I feel. If I do need something, I'm going to have like a 3-point smoothie in the morning. And so I'm just going to kind of like live off of the heaviness that I had at lunch. And that's going to, I need to balance things out. I got kind of heavy on here, and so now I have to bring it back up, and I have to be responsible for it. And once I'm at an equilibrium again, I will have a little bit more points. This is all my journey. And so if anybody can glean anything, and it may help somebody or not, that I hope so, but I'm not telling anybody what to do. This is just my journey, and I love sharing it with you. But anyway, there it is, and I feel good. I don't feel guilty, and that's how I handled today. So I love you guys a lot, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a very good night. Bye.